Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Happy Tuesday. Happy episode number 108. Today we are going to do a couple of things. So firstly, the main objective is to get through another batch of Weekend League games. We are currently at 8-5 after a good start of 6-0. So things have gone a little bit pear-shaped. And then also we are going to complete a fun SBC, and that will adjust the way the team looks. If you do enjoy today's episode, hit me with a thumbs up. 5,000 likes is your target, so smash the support on the episode, and of course subscribe as well if you're new around here. We're going to start things off just by going through into my objectives, I think, because I have got a couple of levels completed. I just unlock level 3, 4 and 5 because I guess the bronze objectives and stuff like that just get done in the background, really, don't they? So we've got a 75 plus rated player pack. We've also got a premium gold pack, jumbo premium gold pack. Can't exactly remember, but I don't think either of these packs are particularly memorable. I mean, when you get a 75 plus rated player and the player you actually get is 75, you're just like, oh, cool, exactly what I wanted. And then we get blue, so Libertadores. And this time around it is 80 rated Perez. I mean, not exactly the sort of packs that you're really hoping for, are they? So it's time to hop back into the Weekend League. Of course, we are on next gen, sitting at over 500,000 coins and the starting squad that we've got. I'd say we're doing pretty well, but I definitely can tell that this year has gone slightly differently to last year, because obviously last year we packed a 2 million coin Messi, but we did just as many SBCs. And a lot of the time my squad is majority first owner untradeable SBC players, because I find that they are still some of the most fun players on the game. Personally, for me, I like to do those SBCs. I like to unlock players that way and put them in my team, because they're not yeah, if there's a popular one, obviously everyone's got João Felix, loads of people have anyway, then you come up against them quite often, but I don't really come up against the likes of Adama that often, so it was a good one for me to get, and I typically find that they stay in my squad for quite a long time. And if they don't, well, then they're great for first owner, icon swap objective type squads anyway, right? We try and build up the main leagues over the year anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much one of the main reasons why I do them as well. So this game right here, I was actually sat in call with my mates, and I typically have stopped doing that the last few weeks, because I found that if I'm raging or if one of my mates is raging, it doesn't help either of us. So or any of us, should I say. So I was losing this game, but for some reason I was surprisingly, my head was surprisingly level. I was level-headed at 7-2 down. I just felt like this game went the opposite way of how it should have done. I didn't think that much to my opponent, and that might be a little bit rude to say, but I just felt like I was better and I was creating more. And we did create 2 more shots, but not as many on target. And I just got battered. It is the Mbappe factor, I think, for my opponent. So GG's, yeah, I lose 7-3, and we're now at 8-6 in the Weekend League, and you kind of hope to not be 8-6, really, don't you? But we do go 1-0 up in the next game. This guy had Pele and all sorts of good players. Is there a fly in my room or something? Oh god, that's going to annoy me if that is the case. Yeah, there is. Buzz off, would you? God, I wonder if it's small enough that you guys can't even see it and you just think I'm literally crazy. But anyway, I'm 2-1 down in this match after going 1-0 up. His Pele and Lucas combo was pretty sturdy. And this little Valverde in form is obviously pretty good. We've used him before. I thought quite a lot of him when I was using him. However, I didn't think he was that much better than the regular version of Valverde, who at this stage of the game you might think is maybe not going to cut it. So yeah, to be 3-2 down at half time in this game, where I've had loads of opportunities and loads of possession, just felt like this one was going to be a win eventually. So Ansu Fati was a player that I brought on. I brought on him and Zaha. I actually felt like I needed loads of pace up front, so that's why I brought both of those two on. But every time I kept getting like close and back into it, my opponent would just come back and score another goal. And I think this one I let just sort of get away from me. I mean, Pele will do Pele things. He'll make great runs. He'll score great goals. But yeah, obviously when I went on the ultra attack, this one got away from me even further than I thought it was going to happen, because it made it look way worse than it actually was. But GG's to that guy. We are obviously just on a huge downward spiral right now, a complete ski slope. If you looked at my, I track my stats, don't I, on that app. Now, it obviously went upwards really nicely, and then it came crashing down. So it literally looks like I climbed the mountain and then just went skiing or snowboarding or something all the way down it, because my form was becoming nearly like level. You know, I started off 6-0, and then all of a sudden we've nearly got as many losses as we have wins. That to me just shows you that I am a god-awful FIFA player, and I shouldn't be allowed to play this game. It just affects my mood way too much. But hey, anyway, we do, after a succession of a few losses, excuse me, coughing. Now, we end up getting a 2-0 rage quit against that guy. That game was at least nice and easy. Yeah, we were clearly dominating in that one. And it actually brings us up to our 9th win. Something I thought I was going to get way sooner, but it's taken until now to happen. And then we come up against Neymar. And I don't know, the way this team is set up is kind of like, he's got a lot of the players that I've used this year. I guess maybe that's because I've used a lot of the popular players this year, and he's done a pretty similar thing. But yeah, he had like the highlights of the squads that I've had this year. He had Neymar in there, but also he's got like the Aouar and the Adama and stuff, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it just looked like a nice team. Did he have Adama? I can't even remember, you know. But it was a solid squad. I was 2-1 up at half-time, but I think it was a super even game. It was just one of those ones where I didn't have much possession. And this at this stage, you just don't know which way a game like this is going to go. Hatem Ben Arfa steps up and scores that from the free kick. And I'm like, all right, I swear I put a guy on the line. I actually think me putting that player there literally meant the keeper dived into the player, and that's what ended up making that go in. So that was completely and utterly my fault. And this game just goes from bad to worse when he gets through and makes it 3-2. And then I think he ends up making it 4-2. I conceded probably the most goals I've ever conceded this weekend league. And I don't really know why, because I think my defense is the best it's ever been. I mean, having Bellerin, who I love, by the way, he's epic. I stopped playing this one because I'd lost my head at this point. I might have had to leave the Discord call at this point, and I may have thrown my controller a little bit, and the batteries fell out. But it's all good. Nothing broke, so we're okay. But yeah, I think after this one, I was just like, what is happening this weekend league? I'm like 9 and I don't even know how many losses at this point. Maybe some drastic changes need to be made. Maybe next gen is a lot harder than I thought. And last week I just got super lucky and didn't come up against loads and loads of mega teams. Although some of the teams I'm coming up against now, you wouldn't necessarily class as mega. The players that I'm playing though, they're just like on my level or better, which is annoying because I want some nice easy games really. So this one is 1-1. I end up pushing forward to try and get a second goal, though, to go into the lead. Aouar just plays it into Torres. Torres with a rainbow flick, weak foot volley. And I don't know, there's something about Torres. His shooting stat on his card is really not that amazing. But with the Hunter Chem style and the fact that he's like got a 4-star weak foot and stuff, I feel really confident shooting with my baby Torres. Such a great player. Maybe he doesn't move as amazingly as João Felix or some of the other players on this game. He's not super agile and stuff. But he's got that icon factor about him, you know. Outplays an 85 rated card so much better than that. He really is so much better than 85 overall. So this game is obviously going actually well for me. I'm 4-2 up. I think I scored a little Rabona goal. And then I end up getting a little lasty special. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done the Rainbow Flick Scorpion kick. And we decided to hit him with one of them as we were so many goals up, and we actually got through and had the opportunity to do so. So João Felix steps up and adds his name to... I might have scored one with him before, actually. I don't know. But he adds his name to the list of players that I have done that with. I tried to do it again, and I completely failed. But the ball still went into the back of the net with the little sort of like scoop up that I did there. I literally meant to do the exact same thing as the goal that I just scored. So yeah, that's how good I am on the sticks. You know, you can press the same buttons and different things happen. But yeah, he obviously quits after that one, and that was a nice one. It sort of brought my motivation levels back up a little bit, just because things have been going so bad. But I was ready to bring them all right back down to earth again after I got a really early red card, and then the 2 goals that this guy scored were both literally rebounds from my goalkeeper saving it. I was like, you know what? I'm not taking the red card. I'm just going to dashboard the game. Counts as a rage quit, but I don't get the red card, and we can move straight on into the next one. That one was chalked as soon as I got the early red card and went down to 10 men. So, yeah, then I go into the next match, and I'm like, finally, a team that I can probably beat. This one doesn't look like super meta. He's got some good players, but I do think that my team is probably a little bit better. And boy, was I wrong about that. I think the last one was a 2-0 rage quit. This one I end up quitting at half-time at 3-0 and was just like, I think I'm 10-10. That doesn't happen. Doesn't really ever happen to me. So it was obviously a really tough weekend league, especially after being 6-0. We've now gone 4-10 in the next batch of games. So I thought changes need to be made, all right? And I wanted this Robben. So I've gone out and I've spent the money to get this Robben. I only had Abra Dubravka in my club. The rest of them were all players that I had to go out and buy on the market. It cost me 140k, and we can claim our Iron Robben, who I have to say looks pretty good, in my opinion. He's a 5-star skiller. He does only have a 2-star weak foot, so that could be an issue for us. But everyone's been saying some mad things about him. He's also got this really weird running technique, which I don't know if makes him better or worse. But he like does it's a little bit... I mean, you've seen Iron Robben run in real life, but I don't necessarily think that this one is like that. He has like the arms flailing and kind of a little bit like Sterling type T-Rex run. But it makes him look bulky and like Hulk style. So yeah, it's an odd one, but we will try him out in game for a couple games here and see how we get on. But I've brought him into the side because obviously I packed Seedorf in one of my icon packs, so I always have a strong link to this Robben. I've also got Gravenberch, I've also got Memphis Depay, so there's plenty of players that I could fit in here to link up. Now, this is eventually how I've done the squad. I've actually pulled out Depay and Aouar just to change things up for a little bit. Obviously, they are 2 of my stronger players on the game, so would like to use them again at some point in time for sure. But right now, I decided to bring in Gravenberch, bring in Robben, and we're going to play Robben up front with Torres and João Felix back in that cam spot where he does so well for us. And then Gravenberch in the more defensive part of the midfield with Seedorf back in the right centre mid spot. And we've got Aouar and Depay on the bench should we want to bring them on. I've also switched back over to Old Gen for the last part of the weekend league because I figured maybe it was the next gen part of it which was screwing me up. Maybe I'm just getting matched against players that are a lot better than me. I don't know. But Robben scores after like a few minutes and then he ends up getting through and scoring on the 2-star weak foot. I don't want to hear another thing from you guys about the weak foot. He's already proven in his debut after 10 minutes that he can score on the 2-star weak foot. I can't wait for that to come bite me in the behind when I need to clutch a game in the weekend league and I end up getting through with Robben's 2-star weak foot and missing, and then you guys will all have a go at me in the comment section. I know you're all waiting for that time now that I've just given you the big one about this player. So I'm 3-1 up at half time. I think things are going a little bit better over on Old Gen. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm back on here for good or anything. I prefer to play on the new gen. I like the clarity and stuff on the pitch. I do like how the slight graphical upgrades are there. And I like how I get into a game straight away. And this one, it takes me ages doing that whole initializing bug. But, I mean, as you can see, Iron Robben, his left foot is ridiculous. Look at this. Boom! It's unbelievable. I scored 5 goals with him in the very first match. And I'm like, yeah, probably a good idea that we did this one. He just seems crazy. He seems like he's got one of the most powerful shots I've ever used on any player ever. You know, like back in the day when you used to get like a CR7 or a Zlatan, and their shots would just be way more powerful than everybody else's? That's what this Robben feels like to me. Now, the next game, I mean, I go 11-10, and then I end up losing this game 1-0. This was such a close one, by the way. Good player, but yeah, it was a close old game. I ended up losing 1-0, which is not the most fun in the weekend league. But I had so many opportunities. I can't believe I didn't win this one. But then I'm 11-11, and I don't think I've ever been 11-11. That's maybe once when I was playing from like America, on Wi-Fi connection in a house that wasn't mine, obviously, and stuff. So maybe that was one time where I was like 11-11. But yeah, so it's just been what I thought was going to be one of my better weekend leagues. Maybe I'd even had thoughts about maybe going like 14-0 or 14-1. We just got shot down so quickly. And anyway, at least I think we've taken our last loss now, is what I can say to you guys, for the episode anyway. And we go on into this one, which is the final game of the episode, and Robben scores another one on his weak foot. So shut up, I don't want to hear it. And what is this? Oh, a little chip on his weak foot as well. You might as well call that 2-star weak foot a 5-star weak foot. No, I'm sure that the shots I was taking there were just always going to go in no matter what. But yeah, you're going to want to try and keep it on his left foot, because obviously it is a wand. It will just... You point it in the direction of the goal and it is going to go through the goal and nearly out the other side of the net. It's that powerful. So my opponent quits here at 4-1. And I think I'm back on track. So like I'm at 12 wins. We'll just quickly pick up the last couple of wins into the start of tomorrow's episode. I also want to do the 86 plus upgrade SBC in tomorrow's episode. Definitely keen on doing that just for the content. But 4 games, 8 goals. And one of those games I was 0-0 and my opponent DC'd, so it didn't count for me. And one of them we lost 1-0. So he's really scored 8 goals in 2 games, which is quite insane. Yeah, so good start for the Dutchman. I'm enjoying him anyway. So if that gives you guys any, like, if it gives you any intel as to whether or not you think he's worth it, and maybe you were sitting on the fence, I'm absolutely loving him. And I've got the players to link him, which is the important thing. But yeah, he is a fun old player. And that is going to end the episode here today, guys. We have brought Iron Robben into the squad. A little bit of FIFA nostalgia, of course. And he is a class act. That is for sure. Do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. We are talking 5,000 likes. That is your goal. You want to meet your goals, right? So hit the thumbs up button, 5,000 likes. Subscribe as well to the channel if you're new around here. I thank you for that. And of course, you can come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below, everyone. Take it easy out there. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a good day, all of that type of stuff. And I will catch you tomorrow for another episode where we'll finish off our weekend league and do that 86 plus upgrade. Have a great day. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.